Hey y'all, and welcome back to my channel. So from the title of this video, you guys already know I am showing you guys how to prep your nails for long lasting acrylics or gel, whatever it is that you use. So I'm just gonna cut straight to the point. Right now I am just pushing back the cuticles. The cuticles is actually like on the nail plate. It's not actually like the skin that I'm pushing back. The skin that I'm pushing back is called the hyponychium, and the cuticle is pretty much all that white stuff that is coming off of the nail plate, if that makes any sense. And FYI, actually, you guys, I sped up this video, so if it looks like I'm being rough, I'm really not. It's just that I sped up the video just a tad bit so it wouldn't be too long, because really this step, like prepping, shouldn't take you longer than like 15 minutes to do. Guys, so for the second step of prepping, I am just using a cuticle bit that I got off of Amazon. I will link it down below. I actually prefer to use a skinny diamond bit for this, but it's just that they were being sanitized, so this is all I had at the moment. And I am just using this to lift up off any cuticle that I didn't get with the cuticle push. And you want to be very gentle and try to keep this as parallel as possible to the natural nail plate, because we don't want to create rings of fire. And if you don't know what rings of fires are pretty much, you know, when you remove somebody's acrylic and they have that line on their nail, that's what it is. And you can try to prevent it by keeping all your bits as parallel as possible to the natural nail plate. I know for some parts it's a bit harder to keep it as parallel, but please try. It will make a big difference. And now I am just using a fine sanding band to etch up the natural nails to create roughness so that the acrylic could adhere to the natural nail a lot better. And I'm removing shine because acrylic does not adhere to shine well at all. And while I'm doing this, I am just pushing up on the is it the eponychium? Yo, I think it's the eponychium. I think I got that first word wrong. Yeah, I'm just pushing up against the eponychium just a tad bit, just to push it away so I can have more room to work with when I'm applying the acrylic. And like, really, you should not be applying a lot of pressure when doing this. It's just that I sped this video, that's why it looks so rough, but I promise it's not. I'm using the Kiara Sky Bit and the speed is literally at 4. Alright, now I am just using a cuticle, is that what it's called? A cuticle nipper, I believe that's what it is. And I am just nipping away any excess dead skin that I may see, or excess cuticle that may be hanging onto the dead skin or hanging onto the eponychium. And I'm just taking my time with this in the video. Of course, it may seem like I'm being rough, but I promise I'm not. And when you're doing this step, you want to make sure you're asking your client, am I hurting you? Am I doing too much? You always want to communicate with your client. That's like the best thing you could do. And I know in Canada, at least the province of Ontario and Alberta, we do not have a board, so we're pretty much allowed to do whatever we want. I just say do this at your own risk, please. Make sure all your tools are cleaned and sanitized, because we do not want to be out here transferring things to people. Whew, God forbid. And if you're in the US, make sure that the state that you're in, because I know in the States, different states allow you to do this and some states don't allow you to do this. So just follow the regulations, and yeah. So now this is an actual extremely important step. Sizing of the tips, like if your tips are too big, that leaves room for lifting, and if it's too small, that leaves room for lifting. You want to make sure this is sized correctly. I don't know if you've noticed in the video that as I'm sizing, I'm taking some time away to cut away at the edges, because not everybody's nails are going to fit the tips on properly. So sometimes we have to go in and customize it so that it could fit perfectly to their nails. So do whatever it is that you have to do to get that sizing right, because I might have a 5 and a 6 and that their fingers literally doesn't fit any of them. So sometimes I might just go with the bigger one and customize it to fit their hands, so that way it can have like a really nice snug fit. You know what I mean? And now I'm just blending in the tips. Again, I'm using the Kiara Sky nail drill at a speed of, it was either between 3 and 5. I don't go any higher than 5. And I'm just blending it in, not applying too much pressure. This is just for a seamless blend, but honestly, I don't really always do this step unless I'm going to be doing a clear nail. But for the sake of the video, I did it. And when I don't do it, I don't have an issue. So yeah, it just saves time if you don't do it. But if you want that extra security, you can. But I personally never have an issue when I don't do this step. After sizing, I am just wiping down the nails or brushing the nails off with my duster, and then I am using a non-lint wipe to wipe off the nails using either 70% or higher alcohol or acetone. And then I am just using my CND nail primer. I believe it's acid free. It's in the blue bottle with the black cap. I apply 2 layers of this, and in between each layer I let them dry completely. And then after the second layer, letting that dry completely, I apply a thin layer of clear acrylic. The acrylic system that I love to use is the Glam and Glits. I use both the monomer and the clear. and I don't have an issue with it. I love it a lot. I find that it works well with the CND primer. I have no issues, and you want to be extremely careful with the step, so you don't want the acrylic to touch the skin, because if it does, there will be lifting. The reason I apply this thin layer is because I find that clear acrylic actually adheres to the natural nail a lot better than acrylic, colored acrylic, because colored acrylic is not just acrylic, it's clear acrylic with a pigment in there, right? So you're not getting the best adhesion with that. I find that you get the best adhesion with just straight up clear acrylic, and then I would go on top of my colored acrylic, because colored acrylic would adhere better to the clear acrylic, if that makes any sense. You guys, do this step, and I promise you guys will see a big difference. But yeah, this is literally how I prep. It literally takes me no time at all, about 15-20 minutes, and that is everything. If you have any questions, please do not forget to comment down below. Like the video, it helps me out a lot. Subscribe if you want. Please check out my Instagram and share with somebody you think may enjoy this video or need it. And thank you.